Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, we decided to step out for a special Christmas lunch buffet at the Novotel Kolkata in Rajarhat. In this video, we're going to talk about the spread, the price, the taste, and the overall experience of our time there. So let's get started, folks, and find out together. Before we begin this video, I quickly wanted to show you a recording of how things were at the Novotel just last month. I remember heading down to Novotel during Diwali for one of their dinner nights, and the hotel was completely empty. As you can see, there were hardly any people around. It was like the end of the world scenario. In fact, right before entering the restaurant, you were supposed to be putting down your personal information. You had to mention whether you had traveled anywhere or not, whether you were running temperature in the last few days, etc. or not, whether you were staying with them, and then you'd be allowed inside the restaurant. But as you can see, there were hardly any staff, there were hardly any customers, and as far as I remember, apart from us, I think there were only 3 other tables that were actually occupied. Now, for a restaurant which we have been going to frequently, it was very sad to see them in a scenario like this. So now we're going to move over to our next video and see how this has changed in just a span of, say, 1 month. This is your Christmas day at Novotel, and as you can see, it's hustling and bustling with people. You have people everywhere, and it was good to see people stepping out and deciding to spend time with their family and friends, rejoicing during Christmas. Let's start off with our spread, and we start off at the salad counter. And as you can see, this was their shrimp Caesar salad. Had some lovely pieces of shrimps with other vegetables like olives and a lot of cheese on top. This was the Nicoise salad with tuna and some soft boiled eggs. And they had the slow roast beef salad as well. I personally tried this out, the beef especially, and I'm gonna let you know how my thoughts were on this. Then there were the pickled eggs. I personally do not like pickled eggs, but hey, there are folks who love pickled eggs, and this is one for you then. You even had the smoked chicken salad with melons, and apart from that, you even had this spread of fresh cut vegetables. And there were more salads like the roasted potato and pepper salad. Yeah, potatoes and, as the name suggests, pepper. And apart from that, the citrus fruit salad, which was mainly like a fruit salad with some spices or chaat masala, I believe, on top. And then you had some sprouts and mushroom salad. And again, a mix of vegetables along with some sprouts, some black olives, and some lettuce. In terms of their soup offering, they had the minestrone soup with some carrots, with some tomatoes, and apart from that, they even had bread to go along with it. And in terms of the non-vegetarian soup, they had a plain chicken and mushroom soup. This was not a thick soup, but rather a thin soup with a lot of mushrooms floating on top, as you can see. They had a special corner for some Soupy noodles Thukpa, which is a northeastern delicacy. So he had some fresh noodles, fried garlic, freshly cut vegetables like baby corn, lime, mushrooms, broccoli to go along with it. There was this special corner for chaat lovers as well. Chaat is an Indian traditional, you could say, appetizer, and you could get bhel puri, puchkas, you could get dahi papdi chaats, or even dahi puchkas. So all you chaat lovers would love this corner, and you can order it from here. You had this section for your cold cuts where you had chicken roulade. This was fantastic. And apart from that, you even had some fish roulade. I never tried the fish roulade, but based on what my kid tried, his feedback was mostly positive. And then you had some chicken salami. I personally tried it. Chicken salami was really, really good. So big thumbs up for the chicken salami. And I think you can see in the video as well as to how fresh and juicy they look. And they were really good. Then we moved over to some main course items. Now this was the seafood makboos. Don't know if this was supposed to be prepared like this, but this was extremely delicious. Let me tell you that. It had prawns and they were so nice and juicy and extremely tasty. This is a potato dish, a batata el samia. I believe it's made out of sweet potato, but didn't get to try this one. Apart from this was your caponata, and didn't get to try this as well. Had a lot of dry olives, and had some tomato based, you could say, gravy. We also could not try the thyme roasted chicken. Obviously we had to be selective with what we were eating because there was just so much on offer. And then there was the seafood, kind of an item as well, with prawns, again cherry tomatoes on top, but didn't get to try this as well. Looks interesting though. Now they had this specialty corner where they had items of the season, like this roast turkey as an example. A nicely sized roasted turkey with some onions and some vegetables on the side. Now this was absolutely delicious. The honey roast pork, look at all that fat on top, and let me tell you that the fat was not chewy. It was very, very soft, melts in your mouth kind of a fat, and it was beautiful. And we'll see how they served it on the plate as well in a bit. Then you had this cilantro mustard marinated grilled fish. By the way, the cherry tomatoes that are on top, they look so beautiful. And let me assure you that I have not done any color grading to this video. It's all captured. This is the way it's been captured on the iPhone. Finally, you had this roast leg of lamb. And let me tell you that the meat was so tender. I'm sure that if you lifted that leg up, the meat would literally come off that leg. It was that tender. And it would give you this fantastic taste of that lamb in your mouth. We will see how it was served on a plate on the table as well. For all you dessert lovers, this is your section now. Look at that baked yogurt with some kiwis and some strawberry jam, I believe, on top. Looks beautiful. This was a fresh cream cake with some cherries squeezed right in between. I don't know what exactly this cake was, but it looks like a pistachio cake. And this was like a pudding. Some rum balls. And they had these cookies all over the place in, you could say, intervals of, let's say, 2 or 3 dessert items. Some mango passion fruit popsicles. They're not exactly popsicles. I would say it was just cake. I guess, they must have got that wrong. This was the baked New York cheesecake, and I tried this out. I'll let you know what my thoughts were on that. Then the hazelnut and orange bouche, I think that's how you pronounce it, but looked quite delicious. Some chocolate texture, which is simply nothing but chocolate mousse. And then you had this hazelnut, I believe, and orange kind of a mousse cake, if I'm not wrong. You had some pears galette, and they happen to be sugar-free, by the way. So in case you are diabetic, then you could try this one out. You had these beautifully done-up apples. They looked quite beautiful. We tasted it. In fact, my kid also tried them out. On the taste side, not very great. I would say it was nothing but a mousse cake, you could say. Some strawberry, I think panna cottas, and with some kiwi and some dragon fruit on top. And again, you see these cookies all over the place. Now this was your traditional Yule log, and it was just a plain chocolate cake with some fresh chocolate cream, and it was decent. We tried this out, and we'll see this one on the plate. And again, some cookies in different shapes and sizes, I believe all baked according to the Christmas season. Stars, Christmas trees, etc. Now this was your strawberry and pistachio bouche, and or bouche, and I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm sorry about that. And it looked like a strawberry sandwich. This was your strawberry mousse, I believe. And then you had some walnut tarts, along with some strawberries and cherries, sour cherries on top. Some more of that walnut tart. You had the 5-spice orange almond cake with some nice chopped almonds on top as a bit of a garnish there. Some more rum balls on this corner of the table as well. And then I believe you had some more Christmas cakes along with some almonds again on top. And this was your German stollen bread and this was quite delicious, I would say. We will get to try it on our table as well. It's got this nice buttery crust to it, so quite delicious, and the right mix of cinnamon, and you could say a little bit of alcohol as well, I guess. Then you had the plum cake with some sugar dusted on top, and Christmas, of course, always brings in plum cake on your table. And now we are back to that place where we started from, baked yogurt. Hope you like this section. And there were a lot of desserts on offer. As you can see, as I'm panning out, you can see the amount of desserts on the table. It was a really good spread in terms of the variety that was put on offer. So kudos to them for that. Well, we were not done yet, because there was a whole different main course section dedicated only for Indian main course items, like this pulao. Look at all those toppings, like raisins and cashews on top, and you had the yellow dal or yellow lentils, and they looked quite decent, and the pulao was quite delicious. You had some brown rice and this beautiful curry. Well, this was my favorite. Trust me guys, this Nellore fish curry was really, really delicious. Didn't try the brown rice. I actually tried this curry out with the pulao, and it was absolutely beautiful. It reminded me of our time in South India. Then he had some vegetarian items here, like mixed vegetables. And moving on, we had some paneer do piazza, which is nothing but cottage cheese in a creamy gravy. And then you had your mutton biryani with raita. It says raita, however, I could not find the raita anywhere. I guess it was tough to find the raita on the table. You had the chingri macher, I think, curry. It was a chingri gravy, or like a prawn gravy. And then you had this murg curry as well, or a chicken curry. Murg badami korma. It seems it was made with cashews, and it was quite decent. But look at all these things on offer. You can't believe it that there was a whole different section for Indian main course items, and it was on the other side of the restaurant. So that's why, you know, I added this after I added the dessert section. But yeah, lots more on offer. Then there was this whole different section, you know, of grilled items. At the time of recording this video, I believe they were still filling out the plates, and they were still figuring out, I guess, what to put out. But as you can see, there's peri peri chicken, there's some grilled mushrooms and broccoli, there's some grilled steak, and they were grilling these items. As you can see, they were all getting grilled in front of you. And then you also had this tandoori where they were making the breads. So your garlic naan, your naan, or your tandoori roti were all getting made here. And there were some more items here, like you had some chicken tikka, Afghani chicken tikka, which is a white kind of a chicken tikka. And then you had some cauliflower, some gobi 55, I believe, cauliflower fried in a batter. And as you can see, there was also this live counter for Asian cuisine. So this was your Asian main course now. We moved over from Western over to Indian and now to Asian. So some stir-fried vegetables with mushrooms. And as you can see, there are a lot of fresh vegetables along with broccoli and mushrooms on top. You had this very interesting looking chili chicken, and then you had some stir-fried fish in butter garlic sauce. Looked quite nice. And then you had chicken terrine. Looked a bit spicy, but quite interesting to look at. So Asian cuisine or Asian main course here. I started off with some chicken makboos, some roasted beef salad, and chicken roulade and chicken salami. And let me tell you again that the seafood makboos was absolutely delicious. I'm sure this is not how they originally prepare it, but it was kind of like a fusion cuisine where they put in a lot of cream, and that went very well along with the spices that they put in, and the prawn was cooked perfectly. It was nice and juicy. Very nicely done. We even ordered some pizzas at the table, the chicken pizza, and it had a right balance of a little bit of chili spiciness on top with a balance of cheese, and I love the crust because it was very thin. Then we had some honey roast pork that we ordered and we got at the table. This is how it was served along with that roasted turkey, and you had a lot of gravy put out all over it, and it was very delicious. Let me tell you, the roast pork was very tasty. You remember this lamb that I was talking about? This lamb was absolutely delicious. Very flavorful, very nice, served with some potatoes. You had this fish with mustard as well. However, I didn't quite like the fish because I believe it was a bit dry and not that great, to be honest. You remember that chicken tikka and the fried cauliflower? Well, they had these mobile counters that were helping the items get to people, and they were serving the tikka and the fried cauliflower here. This is what the tikka looked like served on the table, and in my personal opinion this was a bit overcooked, so it was a little dry, and it could have been better. Now this was me trying out the honey roast pork and the turkey from a third person's perspective. This was the turkey. The turkey was again a bit overcooked and a little dry. But let me tell you, when it comes to the honey roast pork was simply delicious. The fat that was there would literally melt in your mouth, and it was nicely seasoned. That's why I really enjoyed the honey roast pork. Then we moved over to the Indian cuisine, and this was your Nellore fish curry, along with some chicken curry with cashews or in cashew gravy, and then I had some mutton biryani, and that's some chicken gravy on top of it. You had this beautiful pulao, and the pulao was delicious. You can see the pieces of apple on top, and then you even had the prawn cream curry or the prawn malai curry. So all these items on the plate. Please forgive my messy plate. I was trying to record this video and at the same time eat. So let me give you my views about the food. The pulao and the chicken curry actually went well together. In fact, the pulao went well with anything on the plate. And especially the fish curry, the fish Nellore curry. But as you can see, the potato from the biryani was nicely done. It was soft and nicely cooked. And the chicken gravy or the chicken curry was nice and flavorful. You had very good spices in there. It was not very hot and very flavorful still. And in terms of the mutton, unfortunately I did not get a very good piece. I could not see very well when I was getting served on the plate, and therefore not a good piece. But the piece that I got, I can say that the mutton was still cooked quite well. The mutton piece was tender, and the biryani was you could say decent. Not the best biryani that I've had in town. Of course I've tasted better, but yeah, you can't really complain. The quality of the food was quite good. Now in terms of the prawn curry, the prawn malai curry, it was not that great, to be honest. First of all, the prawn was a little chewy, and I think it was overcooked. That's why it was chewy. So I didn't enjoy the prawn curry. I'm very particular about the cooking of prawn, because if prawns are overcooked, then it tends to become very chewy and rubbery, and I don't like that. So I didn't enjoy the prawn curry at all, in fact. But I really enjoyed the Nellore fish curry. The fish curry was beautiful. The pulao was very delicious, and the chicken curry was also good. Here's that fish curry again. Beautiful taste and flavor of the curry leaves and black pepper, like they put in South Indian curries. And the fish, I believe it was bhetki, and it was extremely delicious. I absolutely enjoyed the Nellore fish curry, and I would highly recommend this one. After all that eating, it was finally time for desserts. My kid started off with some chocolate ice cream along with some gems and chocolate chips on top, and I believe he was lured in by the way the apple looked. All that glaziness got to him, and he wanted to try it out, so he did. And like they say, all that glitters is not gold, and in this case it was not great. I think this particular dessert was overly sweet, and I am particularly not fond of dessert items which are too sweet. I think the glaze that was put on top made the whole dessert item very sweet. This was my plate of dessert. I had the Yule log, the cheesecake, the strawberry and pistachio boucher, I believe, and then some walnut tart and the German bread, the stolen bread. And the German stolen bread was extremely good. The cheesecake, not very good. The Yule log, decent, and the walnut tart was good. What Novotel also did was they hired a magician who would actually come out to your table and then give you this very personalized magical experience. My kid actually enjoyed this performance thoroughly, and he was fascinated with the magic tricks that the magician showed him. And here he is performing a simple coin trick where he switches the coin from one hand to the other, and my kid was simply astonished, and he did enjoy it quite a lot. So for kids to experience something like this while you're dining, it's definitely a good experience, and children would enjoy this quite a lot. So I was really happy that Novotel did something like this, and they thought about small little children as well when it comes to their dining experience. And as you can see, my kid, well, he's surprised. He's got that coin in his hand and he's looking at me, and I can tell that he is astonished, and he is quite curious to find out what's going on and how this magician is able to perform all this. So this was a good experience. It really adds up to your overall dining experience, because hey, you go over to a restaurant or to a place to have a good time, right? And you want to give the best time to your family, and it gives you great joy to see a smile on your kid's face, and to have your partner tell you that hey, they've had a good time. There's no better joy to see your kid happy. So in this case, extremely happy and satisfied that Novotel actually did that. Hey folks, so I finally wanted to conclude this video by sharing my overall experience as to how it's been. Now in terms of the spread, well, they outdid themselves, because generally in their buffet spread, it's not this extensive. You had a lot of items from a variety of cuisines, like Western cuisine, there was Indian cuisine, there was Chinese or Asian, and there were a lot of live counters as well. Live counters for noodles, for Soupy noodles, dedicated live counter for Soupy noodles. In fact, a Chaat counter if you wanted pasta, like white pasta or aglio olio, you could even get that. In fact, they even served pizzas at the table if you wanted to. So from that perspective, the spread was extremely good, and in fact, you'd be spoiled for choice, and it's tough to choose what to eat if you're given so many choices. And even if you've seen the video, we were not able to cover all the items, so we had to be selective as to what we were eating. Now, as far as the quality of the items go, the quality of the items were very good. The vegetables, the spices, and the food quality overall was pretty nice. Now, in terms of taste, some items were a miss, some items were fantastic. Like the roasted lamb was extremely good, very tender meat, very flavorful. You get that flavor of the meat of the lamb, you can taste that, and it was extremely tender, and I believe it was a fantastic item from the season's special items. The turkey was not that great. It was very dry, overcooked, I believe. And the pork, well, the pork fat was very nice, melts in your mouth. And even the pork fat, the honey roast pork, that is, it was quite flavorful. The cilantro fish with mustard, I would stay away from it because it was very dry. Although it looked that good in the video, it was not that great when it comes to tasting it. When it comes to the Indian dishes, I particularly enjoyed the pulao. I believe it was better than the biryani, and it was very well done. The chicken curry was well done. The star from the Indian cuisine would be the Nellore fish curry, and I would stay away from the prawn curry, the prawn malai curry. Not good at all. In fact, very chewy and very rubbery prawn in there. And even the biryani, it was decent. You can't complain. But hey, I've had better biryani even at very small restaurants. So if you're going into a 5-star, you would obviously expect really good tasting stuff to come out of it, right? So from that perspective, it is a letdown. But if you take it as it is, it's not that bad. But hey, again, you expect better from a 5-star hotel, right? Now, finally, when it comes to the price, the overall price or the bill that we paid for the three of us was 4,570 rupees, including taxes. So they charged half the buffet price for my kid, and it was 2 adults who were charged for non-alcoholic buffet. They had 2 categories, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. We decided to go along with the non-alcoholic buffet. So the overall cost for all the three of us, you could say the 2.5 of us, was 4,570. Now, in terms of the overall experience, first of all, we were actually surprised with the number of people who actually turned up. The restaurant was packed. It was full of people. The table that we got was towards the corner. The chairs were not that comfortable, and I think they could have given us a better seat as well. So in terms of seating, our seating experience was not that good. But it was the small little things which made the difference. There were people who were coming up and always checking in on us as to what we want, whether we were satisfied with that food. It is that service that you come to appreciate, and that was definitely appreciated. You always had people coming up and asking you if everything was in order, if we needed anything more served at the table, and I appreciate that. It goes to show that they really care about their customers. You even had mocktails, free unlimited mocktails, in fact, included in the buffet. So you could order anything from orange juice to virgin mojitos. We did order virgin mojitos. In fact, we ordered it twice. And the virgin mojitos were very nice, not overly sweet, and it was perfect, just the right amount of sweetness, and the mint brings that freshness to the mojitos. It was very well done. And you could order anything, like any other mocktails as well, like pina coladas, etc., and it would be given to you at the table. And I appreciate that service that they extended, and that is why I would say that our overall experience in terms of the spread, in terms of the price, in terms of the taste, in terms of the service was extremely good. Hey, I completely almost forgot about the magician. They had a magician and even had a Santa with a bell roaming all around with a very evil looking mask. Sorry to say that, but they could have done a better job at the mask. It was very funny. Me and my wife, we were having a laugh about it as to how evil the Santa looked. But hey, at least they put in the effort, right? There was a Santa, and there were still people clicking photos with that Santa. And I appreciate that they put in that effort to have a Santa roaming all over the place so that it would fascinate the kids. So the overall experience was quite good, and our time at Novotel was, I would say, satisfactory, and I would definitely say, in terms of rating, it was a good experience. There were a few items which let us down, but hey, that happens in any restaurant, right? In terms of the quality of the food, you would not be disappointed. Even in terms of price for a Christmas special meal, well, I think it was not bad. Now, on that note, I also want to mention that we do have an Accord Plus membership as well. And on special days like this, the Christmas or the New Year's, you don't get any special member discounts on these items. Otherwise, it would have given us a straight away 30 almost 33% discount, I believe, when it comes to our fooding on any other day apart from this day. So if you do want to pick up an Accor Plus membership, I will highly recommend that, because if there are just two of you, if you do not have a child, as an example, if you're just a couple or if you're newly married, then it makes absolute sense to go in for the Accor Plus membership, simply because of the fact that you get 50% off when you're dining, and with that 50% off, it actually brings your food bills down to less than what you would pay at a standard restaurant. Now think about it, you're having a luxury experience at a 4-star property or a 5-star property and still paying in fact similar to what you would pay at restaurants, or in some cases even lower than what you would pay at a restaurant. So my overall experience has been quite good, and again, this video is not sponsored, nobody's paying me to make it. I pay for all the items from my pocket, and I'm trying to make good content for all you folks. So that brings me to this part where I would request each and every one of you to please like and subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon as well, in case you want to be notified with all these videos that I put up. Now, I would love if you would share this video with your friends and family members as much as you can, because that would help the algorithms and it would boost my video in terms of the ranking as well. So I would highly appreciate if you could hit that like, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon as well. And let me know, I mean, what you think about this video. Did you like it? If you want to see any more videos like this, if you want to see other things that you want me to do, like, order in more food, or, more tech reviews, if you want me to speak on, more things from the Bible, the Word of God, please let me know in the comments section below. And I would appreciate all of you if you write in and, suggest what kind of content should I put out. With that said, we come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, folks. Really appreciate all your support and all your love. And till the next one, this is me signing off. Take care, folks. Stay safe. Season's greetings to all of you and yours again. And may God bless you all.